We've been calling it the silent property crash because over the last few years, you have had property prices going up very slightly in nominal terms, but falling relative to everything else. So house prices in real terms are down like 15, 16% from their peak. So, but it's happened without any real pain. So it's like, great, if we could just have more of that.
I think what we'll do, and I love giving jobs to the editor, Ben, who's sat over there, we'll put on screen the house price crash chart so that we can explain that, because I think people find it really hard to wrap their heads around. They go, house prices haven't crashed. But if you adjust for inflation, you can see that the house prices are lower than they were a few years ago, basically in real terms, even though the nominal price has gone up.
And in RPI terms, they're the same as they were in 2013 and 2003. So that's nationwide.
Yes. What's RPI terms?
It's retail price index. So that's a measure of inflation. So there are two measures of inflation, and that's kind of discredited now. But if you use that one, which is what Nationwide uses, they show that if you adjust for their definition of inflation, then the amount that you're paying for your house on average today is the same as it was 20 years ago. It just doesn't feel like that because the number looks really big. These days people use CPI, which seems people think is a better measure.
Consumer price.
It's a bit more flattering for the people who use it to uprate things.
There's an argument for that. If you use that, then I think prices are up like 20% over 20 years, but it's still not much. It's less than people think in real terms. So I think that's point that people find hard to grasp.
I think if people understand, and people do understand, that if they leave money in a bank account, it can go up by 1 or 2% a year. But if inflation is higher than that, they're losing money. So with your house, you've not got it in a bank account, you've just got it in bricks. It's a savings account where it's bricks. Imagine they're gold bricks, basically, you know. And that's all that's happening now, isn't it? The inflation is eroding the purchasing power of the money that you've got sat in the bricks.
Exactly.
Even if it's growing slightly. And the high period of inflation that we had, we didn't see house prices go up in line with that. And also if wages increase, because they get dragged up by the pressures that inflation causes, people demand more money, the argument is housing affordability could improve. But this is like a 10-year kind of, like, it's not like a quick fix. It's not, no one's going to come along and go, there's the housing market solved today.
No, I think the best we can hope for is just a gradual continuation of the trend that we've had for the last couple of years, which isn't amazing, but it's probably as good as you're going to get, and it doesn't cause any significant pain. There is still the economics of it still work for people who want to invest, but things get better for those who want to buy. If you get more supply, that's helpful, but it doesn't completely solve the problem like we've seen.
I think regionally as well, you need to, so what I've noticed as someone who comes from up north is the stagnation of the London market is making capital leave London and go up north, and that's pushing prices up a lot up north. So where I bought my place in Wigan, the prices have gone up crazy amounts in a short amount of time. You're talking like 10% over the period I purchased it. And it's because people are flooding, like the money's leaving the south. And a lot of it, you know, is people that are like, I can never buy a home where I live. I'm going to buy one up north to subsidize my rent down south. It's like proxy ownership. You know, they're not like a landlord per se, but they are to supplement the fact that they can't afford to live where they want to live.
Yeah, exactly. And so we
have like you, like, do you know what I mean?
I think they've all stolen my idea from like one of our first episodes. I was like, I want to buy up north. I can't remember who he had on. He's like, do you want to live up north? I'm like, no, but it's cheaper, so I want to buy up north. So I think it makes sense, because when you see how much money you have to tie up in London, it's crazy.
So when we talk about stagnation and we relate to the south, that can be detrimental to the buyers up north, where it has been affordable for people potentially. Manchester now has become out of reach for a lot of people because investors flock to it. You know?
Northwest is the fastest growing region of the UK for prices and rents, and it's projected to be for the next 5 years at least as well. And it's because like London, the southeast has kind of hit this ceiling now. And so, the money's going to go somewhere else.
So it's not fair to say that prices everywhere stagnate. It's very much regional, local markets, right?
Yeah, at the moment, I've never seen such a stark regional picture. It's like if you're buying for, it used to be the case that you'd think you'd get your capital growth in the south, but you'd get your yield. So up north, you'd be able to, because you're paying less for the property, the rents are less, but comparatively less so. So you'd make more of a rental return in the north, but your capital return in the south. Now it's best in the north for both of those. So as an investor, you're going to go there.
It's just best in the north.
That was a clip from our full-length episode with Rob Dix. To watch the full thing, click right here.